Second of all, how dare you? We found the people in the bubbles? Okay.
The cave and you and your daddy issues.
I got this. It's fine. Do you want to start? You want to do the intro? You're holding the thing.
I thought you said you were doing it first. What is this?
I don't know. Hey everybody, welcome back to Talking FEY, our weekly, bi-weekly recap of Into the FEY, a module by Luke Hart of the DM Lair that we have been playing through for the past few months, and it has been awesome. We are nearing the end of the campaign, so things are getting real for Gord, Illinsworth, and Jastian, and we are going to recap episodes 31 and 32. I remembered, and always remember to rest and remember what episode you're on.
That isn't the PeakD&D way.
I'm here with my good buddy Max. We start each episode with a recap where we talk for 1 minute, recap what happened in the 2 episodes, and usually make a perfect recollection of everything.
Yes.
I'm going to start 30 seconds on the clock. 1 minute, we'll split it. Let me know when we're going. Here we go.
Are you ready?
No, not at all.
On your mark. Get set.
Go? It's not going. Is it going?
I know, I was just fucking with everybody. Go!
All right, so we had just rescued Jastian. We had to go deeper into the cave system that was sort of behind the altar lair, and it was covered in mucus. It was really gross. We had our panther from the previous episodes, and Max was riding a mounted panther, so he didn't have to get in the goo, and we were all stuck. We fought some all kinds of crazy mucus monsters and weird things that like shot barbs and horked up acid. And all there was very
and it was really, really difficult. I suppose I could just hold it and talk.
Okay.
And it wasn't very awesome. And we got our asses kicked. And then it got worse as good old Jastian's dad came to town. And we all know what happens to Jastian when Jastian's dad gets there. He pretty much just shits the bed. And so Ben was useless, and we did our best to get through. Gorman, poor Gorman, rest in peace. Luckily, he's a familiar, and you can just kind of get those back pretty easily. And then there's something with like soul sucking, and it gets
Was that our Fey Watch like fake run too? We'll just slow that down. Tony, just slow that down. See if it works. I don't know. Great. Don't slow it down. Please don't. Did anything else happen? What did we forget?
I mean, probably. I just remember that
we got through it eventually.
We did get through it. Yeah, and your dad kind of like peaced out and bamped out, and that's where we stopped these 2 episodes.
He had a crazy ball that like sucked souls out that this other witch was, or whatever that thing, the lead, whatever it was.
So now
Abyssal something.
Here's what I'm curious about, because like you really did. You were not rolling terribly that entire night.
No.
Until Pop showed up. So, chicken or the egg here, did you, Ben Whitmore, when you saw, like, Jastian's dad, were you like, oh, did you get, like, nervous or antsy, or you're like, oh, here's my moment, or did your psychology change in some sort of way that may have imparted to, I don't know, different dice roll, or did the dice just want you to suck when your dad got there?
I think the story the dice wanted to tell was not entirely the story I wanted to tell. I wanted a moment of redemption. I wanted to, like, just show Lionel Lysanthir that Jastian knew what the heck he was doing. He's like, I'm here to play. And he was not at all. It was increasingly, as a player and as a character, it was just so frustrating. I just kept missing every Eldritch Blast. I tried to do something. I was like, okay, let's change it up, new tactics, try something different. Like I'll hide and jump out, or I'll like, I don't know. I threw a Pokeball, and I think a rat came out. Like that was it. And it was like, meh, could have been a bear that barreled down there. No, just a giant rat.
Yeah.
About the size of a house cat, I think, is about how big those are. Yay, a giant rat in mucus. What's that gonna do? It was drowning most of the time, probably. We did get out of that because he bamped out with the soul ball, whatever it was. The Bop-It, as I like to call it. Just now I made that up. The Soul Bop-It. And by no work of my own. This is when we lost Gord, right? Gord was in the shell? Did that already happen?
Oh, it was Oberon's
happened.
Blessing was in the middle of all this.
Yeah, that was like the end of one episode.
Yeah, of 31. That's where we cut 31. Yeah,
that was crazy.
That whole fight was crazy. And it's interesting because to me, I trace back. It's funny how little things add up to big things, because there was a handful of things that happened in episodes 28 or 29 that set us up to fail in 31 and 32.
Yeah.
And it was really small choices, and just how they cascaded out into having to pull the ripcord of Oberon's Blessing. And I'm so glad Nick decided to make that what he did. And I'm so glad I don't remember whose idea it was to go hang out at the tree in Deggy and talk to those people, but whoever did that, wasn't me. Good job. Good job, team.
Yeah, I think it was me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check out this big ass tree in the Feywild, because it was the one good experience we had in the Feywild. Thanks, Luke. It was the one good experience we had that was like, hey, this is nice. This is what it's supposed to be.
I like this.
This is cool. And I was like, I gotta go see this tree. And then there was I don't know if that character who was the sort of groundskeeper, the priest of that holy tree. I was like, here, you take this. Do you think Nick had any idea what that thing did when he decided to give it to us?
I think Nick is really good about scattering seeds and just being like, hey, this is a thing and I'll figure out what it does later. Yeah. And, hopefully, I'm sure he has some ideas.
When it becomes relevant.
Yeah.
Then we'll flesh it out
Exactly.
a little bit more. Sure.
And given the way that we are with resting and healing potions, color me shocked that Nick decided it had some curative healing restorative properties. Because those were some of our gnarliest fights. And I remember I was not rolling well, I don't think, during that fight against your pops either.
No, you were doing poorly. We were both just shooting arrows and eldritch blasts fairly uselessly, and I think Gord was bearing the brunt of it, having just come back from his crazy crystalline Superman sarcophagus that just popped out. I'd like to imagine him being just pure energy form at that point for a hot second.
Okay.
And then
because I definitely went more Jurassic Park Flying Amber in my mind.
Sure.
Than but that's just me.
That's what he looked like. I was when he came out, he was different. He was changed in some way.
Oh, okay.
Because he was blessed. He had all these hit points back every round. He was
yeah.
I bet he was pretty sticky though when he did end up coming out.
But there was all the mucus, so how could you really tell?
What could you at that point?
What I do remember is just the sense of relief of finishing that encounter and surviving and not TPKing what is the final phase of this adventure.
To get so close and fumble on the way to this, the finish line's in sight. We're heading that way.
Dude. Your family is the worst.
They are the worst.
So sorry.
I think
your dad killed your pet,
dude.
What?
How dare he? And I think that there will be repercussions from my family's evilness to come even after this, into the Fae and the adventures beyond for Gord, Illinsworth, and Jastian, should that day come. I think there will be reverberations that we'll be dealing with. Okay. I don't even know if we're gonna I don't know. Maybe we won't end up facing Dad, and maybe I'll finally not suck in a battle with him.
Oh no, I really want to face your dad. I really want to kill your dad.
Yeah, me too.
He is an asshole, and I kind of want to loot all his stuff too.
Get the Soul Bop-It in our bag.
No, I don't want anything to do with the Soul Bop-It.
Listen, I think it could be worth it.
Leave the Soul Bop-It at home.
Don't touch this. Don't twist it, pull it, bop it, or shake it.
Slap it. What is that? One of them?
Slap it.
Chop it. Or is this a slap?
No, there's a flick it. There's a flick it.
There's a flick it now.
That's on the the 2.0. The more the one that the kids might be more familiar with. Our original Bop-It only had 3. It was twist it, pull it, bop it.
So a long rest. I know that's one of the things I am most looking forward to.
For sure.
Is going to drink all the liquor in that bar and taking a long rest.
That would be a good plan.
And just relaxing. That is the thing I remember. It's just oh my God, we did it! Finally, we can take a breather and it'll be nice.
Probably a long bath for Jastian.
Oh, dude.
We're covered in mucus.
Oh,
and gross phlegm of various things. Parts of us are burned away from acid. We still don't know what happened to the hammer. Like, we still haven't found Gord's hammer.
No, it's
He
true.
woke up, it was gone. Well,
That's true.
Probably because he was doing too much damage with it.
I mean,
And Nick
sometimes-
was like, yoink. Sometimes your character sheet goes to the other side of the screens.
Let's see.
And it never comes back the same.
All in all, though, I feel like I've got a really good feeling for what's about to happen next. Like, we were over a big hump and milestone,
Yeah.
and that, like, we are kind of on, we've got some momentum,
Yeah.
and that now it's just going to be about, like, taking it to the bad guys.
Taking it to the streets. And I think we're definitely positioning ourselves to be able to confront
Yeah.
the big baddie. Like, and maybe my dad is involved in that. Lionel Lysanthir's like,
he's
in bed with maybe not literally, maybe literally. I don't know. Those Lysanthirs.
I was gonna say.
Those Lysanthirs. Chittering Lucy Slopgrowth.
Yeah.
Who is the night hag who keeps haunting our dreams and.
No, she hasn't done that for a while, though. So I feel like
hasn't.
we're past that.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we sort of had some protection from her sister that we killed, and then
Sure, that won't be a problem.
it'll be fine.
No, it'll be
It'll
great.
be fine.
It'll be great. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, like and subscribe. Do all the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, do all the YouTube stuff. I know, like, I personally have a really good feeling about what's going to come next in this next session. I think we got this, and we're going to wrap it up.
Surely.
And in the meantime, thanks for hanging out today. And we're PeakD&D, and a big thank you to Luke for letting us play this game. And do all the YouTube things and keep
And
watching.
order Into the Fae for your group. Play through the adventure. It's really awesome. Links in the down there part.